Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well and welcome back to my channel. So today is currently the 23rd of December, meaning it is Christmas Eve and I am so excited for Christmas. And today is also a very special day for me and my boyfriend as it is our 3-year anniversary. So he actually gave me the idea to do this, but I thought I would tell the story of how we met as it's a pretty unique one and it's pretty cute in my opinion, and everyone who I've told this story to has been like, oh my gosh, that's so cute, that is such an amazing story. And I just thought it would be fun to tell it to you guys today. I actually got back yesterday from visiting him for the past week. If you don't know, we are in a long distance relationship and we have been for the entirety of our relationship, and it is hard, but it just means that the times we get to spend together I find you treasure more, and even though it is difficult, you learn to get through it. So yes, I've just come back from seeing him for the past week. Sadly, we couldn't see each other on our actual anniversary today. Thank you TFL, you suck. But regardless, we had a lovely week together, so I thought I would tell you the story of how we met. So me and my boyfriend Robert, we are both 20 years old. My birthday is on January 28th, his is on June 26th, so yes, I'm turning 21 soon. I'm not looking forward to it. For a bit of background, we are both very into Pokemon, as you probably would have guessed. He also has a YouTube channel, so I'll link it down in the description below. And Pokemon is basically how our relationship started. So if you're very into Pokemon, then you'll be aware that there is every year a Pokemon video game championship, otherwise known as the VGCs, and up until like this VGC there has been a nationals competition held every single year, and it kind of changes the location where it is every year. So like last year it was in, or this year it was in Liverpool. Last year I think it was in Manchester, and then before that it's been in other places. So if we rewind about 4 years, so back to 2012, I think it was around March 2012, I went to my first ever Pokemon VGC championships. I went with my dad. How sad. I was like 16 and I haven't really ever travelled that much by myself, so he took me there and we stayed in a hotel overnight. It was in Birmingham, NEC. We hadn't met by this time, but there is a very cute picture which I will insert here that Robert actually took of me, and I didn't actually know he had taken this until we actually started to go out and he told me. But yes, he had taken this picture of me in the queue, and yeah, ignore my dress sense, but I was wearing this adorable Piplup hat because I love Piplup, and Piplup is like my favourite Pokemon ever. He took this picture of me thinking, you know, he was just taking a picture of a random cute girl in the queue, and little did he know we would be here now. And then fast forward another year to the VGCs 2013. You can probably see where this is going. This time I think it was being held in the NEC again this year, and again I went with my dad. Thank you Dad, he is like my personal taxi. So I went to the VGCs again this year as I loved it so much the year before, and Robert was there again this year. He was with his friends this time, and he actually said to his friends, I bet I can get a cute girl to chill with us by throwing this Latios plush toy at her. This isn't the actual Latios, we bought this just for kind of like sentimental reasons, but our friend has the actual plush. So yes, he threw this at me, he literally chucked it at me. I caught it of course because I was like, hey, it's a cute plush toy. And yeah, we basically hung out, I think for, it was like 3 years ago now, so it was a very long time ago, and I think we basically hung out for the rest of that, for the VGC of the time that I was there. And I met his other friends who I am very good friends with today, and they are some of like my closest friends, and I've had the best times with them. We added each other on Facebook, and then about 6 months went on and we didn't really speak much. We kind of talked here and there, but just a bit of like extra info. I was actually still in inpatient then. I was in Elmead, and it's an adolescent eating disorder unit, and I was still in there, and then I got discharged around December that year. And then I remember it was a couple of weeks before I was discharged, but I had a very, very close friend in there, and I remember talking to her about him, and I was like, yeah, I quite like him, yeah, he's really cute. And she actually started off a conversation on Facebook with him. I was like totally mortified by this. I was like, how can you be doing this? Like, oh my god, like I am such an awkward person. I don't know how to like flirt or talk to guys or anything like that, so she thought she would take the first step for me and actually start off a conversation with him. And yeah, it just kind of, it grew from there. Literally within like a couple of weeks, I think, of talking. I remember, this is all online that we were talking, because obviously he lived in Nottingham and I live in London, so there wasn't really any way for us to meet at first. So yeah, we had a couple of weeks of talking and getting to know each other more, and he was very, very kind and understanding and so nice to me about everything, because obviously I was in a bit of a worse place than I am now. And then yes, one day he asked me out to be his girlfriend and I said yes. Actually, a funny story, I remember I actually said no at first. He asked me twice because I was like so scared and awkward, and I was like, what the hell, I've never like had a proper boyfriend, like I don't know how to do this stuff. But I'm very glad that I managed to build up the courage to say yes in the end. And then it wasn't until, so this was obviously December 23rd 2013 that he asked me out, and then it wasn't until I believe, I think it was like February or March, I think it was February the next year. Yes, it wasn't until about February the next year in 2014 that we got to properly meet again. I was actually inpatient again, sadly. Yeah, I'd actually was in a very bad relapse and I was in a adult eating disorders unit, and he came to see me there, and despite like how ill I was, it was still a very nice visit, I remember. And he brought me a Minccino Pokemon plush, which I would sleep with every night. And then I got transferred for a different unit, and then he had a couple of visits there down to see me, which was probably some of the best memories like ever. Even though it was in a hospital, there was a beautiful like gardens in the hospital, and we would like find secret places and we would name them, and they are some of my fondest memories ever, despite that place being so horrible. Then it was about summer 2014 that I went to stay with him and his family first in Nottingham, and from there on I've basically gone to see him around every month. I've made the journey up there to see him, and as much as I hate travelling, like, and I hate the journey, I've gotten used to it by now, and it's totally worth it every time to go and see him. I don't care about the cost or how much anxiety it gives me. Just knowing that I'm going to go see him for however long always makes it so worthwhile. I can honestly say because of him I was able to get discharged from my last inpatient unit, and since meeting him I've not been back in a hospital at all. He has been the one person to keep me going, to make me realise that I, myself and my life is worth so much more. I don't need to rely on an eating disorder, that I am beautiful no matter what weight or size or whatever my head thinks. And I have done the most incredible things with him. We went to Japan in April this year. I never thought I'd be able to do that, and honestly it is 100% because of him that I got to that position of being able to go. We went to Disneyland last year together, and like these past few years have been probably like the best of my life. Of course we've had our ups and downs, as every relationship does, that's as expected, but we've stuck together and I'm so grateful that he has stuck by me throughout it all. He's not run away in fear of all my problems. He's always had faith in me. He's been so patient, and I am forever grateful for that. It's pretty incredible to think that because of Pokemon and this simple plush toy that we are where we are today, and that is also a reason why Pokemon has such a special place in my heart, because I have met the most incredible people through it, and I'm very excited to see what 2017 brings us. Hopefully we don't have to be apart so much. That would be nice. After 3 years we don't have to be in a long distance relationship, but we shall see where it takes us. If you would like to see a video about like how to cope with a long distance relationship and like the things we do to help maintain a long distance relationship, then feel free to leave that in the comments below and I can definitely make that for you guys. Also leave in the comments like your stories of how you met your partners, no matter how big or how small you might think it will be. It's always nice to hear how two people met, because every story holds such a special meaning for those two individuals. I'd just like to say I hope you all have a wonderful Christmas, or have had a wonderful Christmas, depending on when I decide to upload this, if I can be bothered to edit it tonight. We shall see. But yes, I hope you have all had a very lovely festive season, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!